Hi, welcome to the Corelli Show.
I'm Corey.
I'm Ellie, and this is Baby Sage.
Welcome to Nature Art Club,
the online edition. Today, we're learning about plants and animals.
The green plants, from lowly grass to lofty trees, hold the key to life on Earth. The beauty of this green world we take for granted.
These baby bunnies are herbivores. That means they only eat plants. And boy, are they cute when they do it.
Hey everybody, welcome to Drawing with Corey. I'm your host, Corey. And this week we're talking about plants. Today, since we're talking about plants and their relationship with animals, we are going to draw a tree with a little bird and a bird nest up in that tree. Let's get started. We're gonna go with our little bird. And we're gonna draw him kind of small in the page so we have room for his nest and the tree. So I'm gonna start over here and draw a small little circle like that. And for his beak, I'm gonna draw a V on its side. And then I'm gonna draw a little dot in the center for his eye. And behind the head, I'm gonna have a curved line out the back. And then below it, I'm gonna draw a zigzag line for the nest. And I need the bird's chest right here, so I'm gonna curve down a little bit. And in the back here, I wanna draw the bottom of his wing. So I'm gonna curve down in a little smile like that, a little smile line. And I wanna put the bird's tail coming out the back, so I'm gonna do a line that goes out. This bird's gonna be a little big for his nest. And then a line below coming straight back down. And then the next line going in right above the edge of our nest. And so then for the rest of the nest, it's made out of sticks, it's really bumpy. So we can do some more of these zigzag lines coming out and around our nest. And it's almost like that cloud shape that we do so often, except these lines are zigzags instead of curves. And I'm gonna add in one more little line on the wing and one more on the tail, just for some extra detail. And I might even add a little thing for a different colored belly. But then from here, we've got the bird, we've got the nest. We need to put him on a branch so he's not just floating around in midair. And the fun thing about drawing trees or other plants a lot of times is that they're really kind of unpredictable and rugged looking. So this line I'm gonna draw all the way, we're gonna go all the way off the page with it. And then on the other side, I'm gonna go almost to the edge of the page. I wanna show the end of the branch. And the end of the branch is the smallest part, right? So I'm gonna come to the end right here and start to go straight back. This line is gonna go all the way back too. And it's gonna get further away from this top line as we get down closer to where the trunk would be over here. Because the closer that these branches get to the trunk, the wider they get, the stronger they get. So it doesn't have to be perfectly straight with the other one. We just need to make sure that it does get wider as we go back. And then, you know, this looks like just one straight line. We got to have smaller little branches that come off. So I'm going to come underneath it and draw another little curved line that goes out a little bit and then goes out towards the right again. And then just how I did with the other one, I want it to come together to a little point. And I'll do that one more time up here. We'll add a line that comes out, then goes out towards the right, and then another one beside it. And then at the end of the branch, we can just draw single lines. So I'm gonna split like a V to the side, and one more. And if you really wanted to go into some detail, you could go and add some more at the end of these and just keep going and going. But then over here on our the branch, we've got just a lot of empty white space. So I want to draw a few little lines coming down just to show a little bit of texture. Now, you can leave your branches just like this with sticks on the end, or you can go in and add some leaves. And leaves are fun. They are really simple too. So off the side of this little branch, I'm gonna do a little line for the stem of that leaf. And then for one side, I'm gonna draw a little frown, a little curve, a frown or a rainbow kind of shape, a little arch. And then on the bottom side, I'm gonna do a smile, and they meet together and they make a little leaf shape. But what really makes it look like a leaf is when you draw a line right through the middle like that. So we can do one more maybe up here. We've got a curve, and then another curve out, and then curve in, and a line right in the center. Now we've got a lot of empty space above and below, and so we want to fill something in right here. And so a way to make it look like there's a whole lot of leaves and greenery, which there would be in the tree, is again that little cloud shape. So I'm going to draw this little bumpy line for the edge of the tree, some small, some big, some little, going all the way across, up and around. You know, trees are kind of unpredictable in that way. And if I do have all of this added, I might want some of these branches to look like they're going into the tree. So I'll do another curve at the end of them. We can add another curved line out here for another branch that goes out. And instead of going into a point, we'll do some of these little curves to make it look like it goes into the tree behind it, into all of the leaves. And so all of this could be green if we color it. And so it's just kind of boring down here. So I'm gonna draw the ground, maybe a little curve, a gentle hill, and ponds are always nice. So ponds can be any kind of shape. I'm just gonna draw some lines that curve around in different places. And to make that look like water ripples on the top, I'm gonna do that little cloud shape again. And then this time, they look like little waves. Gotta make sure the points are facing upward. And so to fill in some of the space that we have up here at the top, I'm gonna do some more of these little rounded shapes. Now we still kind of have a little blank space over here. You could draw whatever you want over here, maybe a person, a car, a house, whatever you want. That will be up to you. But next to this pond, I want to add just a few little tall reeds, which are just quick lines that flick straight up. Lots of tall plants grow up around water. And you might have seen them before. They kind of look like little corn dogs. They're called cattails. And I can just add a little oval at the top of some of these, and it'll look like little cattails there. And so there you have it. A bird in a nest, on a branch in a tree, in the hills, and a pond. Ta-da! Here's a sped up version of me finishing mine. You can pause the video here so you can finish yours too.
A hummingbird's tongue is long and sticky and perfectly adapted for extracting pollen and nectar and tiny insects from flowers.
Hi everyone, welcome to Process Art with Ellie. Today we are going to be talking about plants and their relationship to animals. And we are going to make a bird's nest. Birds love to use items that are out in their environment to create nests for their tiny chicks and eggs. Watch while I use these supplies to make a bird's nest. So the materials that I've got today are Play-Doh, a sparkly egg, and inside I've got my baby chick. I've got some raffia. So those are the items from our activity kit. And these are the plants that I collected for our project on Wednesday. I also collected a few extra dried leaves. So watch while I make our bird's nest. Okay friends, now I'm going to make a nest. So I've got my Play-Doh and I've got a whole bunch of different kinds of plants that I used for my Play-Doh faces on Wednesday. And what I'm gonna do is start by using my thumb and pressing it into the center of my Play-Doh. And I want it to kind of start becoming a bowl. So what I do is I rotate the Play-Doh a little bit at a time, rounding it out, pressing it, and making a little dome or a bowl with my fingers. And this is going to be the main shape of our nest. So if you want a bigger nest, just kind of pull it out a little bit. If you want a tiny nest, you don't have to pull it out so much. All right. That looks like a really good base for my nest. And now I've got all of these materials that I can use to add on to my nest. And the thing about little birdies are, they want something soft and cozy next to them and things that are a little bit tougher on the outside. That'll help protect the nest if it's up in a tree from the wind and the storms that come through. So I think that the softest things that I've got right now are moss and flower petals. So I'm gonna take my moss and I'm going to just add a base layer in, and I'm gonna just press it in as I go, making a soft little home for my chickie. Moss is such a super duper plant. I love it. All right, that looks so soft and cozy. It's like a green carpet. And I'm gonna add some of my flower petals in. That'll make it really beautiful for the birds. All right, Next, I think I want to add some of this straw over here to my nest. I think that's going to help it really stay strong. So I can just poke some different things into my Play-Doh. And I'll just work around, kind of pinching it into the Play-Doh as I go, working in bunches. That's already looking so cozy for my bird. So next, I'm going to pick it up a little bit, and I think I want to add some of this raffia on the bottom. So I'm just gonna set it right on top and just kind of press it in as I go, holding it and pressing it along the bottoms. And I can have some pieces that kind of curve in on the top too. I can fold pieces into the Play-Doh and help them stay stuck. I'm gonna add some of these little pieces of greenery in there too. The thing about birds' nests is they like to just collect what's around them. So sometimes when there is little bits of trash around, birds will use that in their nest. And wouldn't you think it's better to just pick up the trash so our little birdies don't have to sleep next to bits and pieces of trash? That's what I think. All right. I'm gonna take some of these little orange wiggly squigglies and sprinkle them in. They're silly. All right. I'll take some of these dried leaves and I'm gonna add them onto the bottom as well. I'll just hold it upside down and add some of these in there. That'll help keep it nice and tough. We want to make sure to keep our birdies nice and warm. Alright, I'll flip it over. I'll do a little bit of some reshaping to make sure it's got that nice soft birdie shape. Perfect for those birds. Alright. What do you think? Is it move-in time? Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my little egg. I'm gonna add my birdie in there. And voila! There is our bird's nest. If you want, you can keep playing with your little birdie. Or you can leave it out and go take it and put it outside for the actual birds to live in. You probably want to find a nice and secluded spot for them. They like to feel protected. These viewer projects are amazing. If you would like to see your pictures here, just send them over. Thanks, you guys. Next week, we're studying animals.
We'll see you next time.